Okay, so let's talk about it.
Okay.
Water, let's talk about it.
All right. Well, I need to drink more of it.
Okay, that's true.
But Spirit has told us that from the get-go.
Literally. Literally.
When we first started this, the canned saying was, it will come, it's a journey, meditate, and water. And we were like, blah, 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 very Charlie Brown teacher.
Yeah.
Until 5 years later, and we're like, oh, shit.
I need to drink some water.
Or we're telling people that come in and have sessions with us, we're like, what's your water intake look like? Because as silly as it sounds, it does matter.
It does.
Oh, we were just talking about this. Look at the history.
Yep.
So many significant things in history have to do with water, but so overlooked and so powerful.
Right.
Water's so powerful.
We have channeled before about water being a conduit, and it's always been a spiritual element. I mean, you can go back to ancient history.
Holy water, Greek and indigenous people, all the things, the purifications, the baptisms.
Yes.
Well, we were literally just saying this. I just thought of this. Water births.
Yes.
And how it's a birth, so it's always a little traumatic, but how peaceful that little munchkin feels and is brought into this world through water.
Well, the womb, silly head.
That's a little amniotic fluid water, but it works.
But it's still water. It's still liquid. And what's funny is that when I have done womb sessions in the past, the dolphins will continue to step forward, and so do the whales. Anything that's related to really heavy lifting in regard to womb work, when they need to do some emotional work on a client, the dolphin collective or the whale collective will step in, and they're water related. So it always made sense to me.
Well, and also, like, you'll hear us talk a lot about like programming or sigilling. That just means imprinting something with your intention. So if we program our water, you're imprinting that water with your intention to do whatever that may be. A lot of the times, when I fill my kids' water bottles for school, I'm filling it up with basic tap water.
Right.
But I'm constantly thinking and saying and putting into that water, this is full of love and safety. It's full of love and safety. This is full of love and safety, because I know that, school's exhausting.
Yes.
Or if they're getting a little sick or anything like that. And I know that.
Right. It's upon us.
Oh, here we go.
Sicky season is here. And you need to know how natural. I would love for people to know how natural it is. This is how the universe, this is how our world is set up, in terms of, we get this programming from the sun. It goes to bodies of water, it goes to the ocean, and our water from a land perspective is, quote unquote, programmed. It's sometimes people kind of, I think, scoff at the word programmed, but there really isn't a better word. I haven't come up with a better word to say that my intention is imprinted on this, whatever.
Without saying a full on sentence. Like, it doesn't have to be that involved. Right.
It's too easy to just say program. But no, people do, because it feels robotic, or, it's a little bit of fear, I think, in people. But
it's also just like if you're just getting into healing, or if you're just, hey, pun intended, but dipping your toes
she's punning
into like spiritualism or whatever your path may look like, imprinting your water and what goes into your body. I mean, we can talk more about food later, but anything that you put into your body, imprinting it with good thoughts and good, like, literally changing the vibration of it and making
Yes.
it a higher vibration to go into your cells is basic and easy and bare minimum. And even if you do that for 30 days straight, I promise you, you will see something different.
Right. I agree. And I think that organized religion, like, I think it was there when the whole concept of being grateful for the food that's been put in front of
Yes.
you, but
Yeah.
then I think it got
Wonky.
twisted
Sure, sure.
somewhere along the way, and it became sort of a robotic chant
Hmm.
prior to eating, and that's not
The intention of it was gone, and
right.
that is
That
we
is the
you will hear
control.
you will hear us say a lot. Intention is everything.
Yep, and free will supersedes
Oh,
everything.
free
So
will.
if you if you have the will to do so, you will change the vibration of everything that you put in your mouth
Yes.
and everything that is around you.
Mhm.
So everything around us.
Everything around us. Even I know. Well, we're talking about water, so you're just gonna have to get over that we're talking about a lot of water right
Water,
now.
water.
But like your showers, your baths, your frickin' pool, your hot tub, all of the things. If you like, so little sidebar. Today I had there was a meeting in my office. And so in the very mama of me, I'm like cleaning, like I'm preparing for my guests, right?
Yeah.
So I get some snacks and I always have low candy.
Yes, snacks.
I always have low candy in my office, but then I got out 2 bottles of water. So I'm like, what if, oh my gosh, what if these people are thirsty and I'm a bad
Right.
host? And when I got them out, I thought to myself, this is going to be a productive meeting. And I'm just holding the water bottles and I'm like, these people will leave feeling better than they did when they walked in.
Look at
And it just
you.
kind of happened. And then, not to toot my own horn, but one of the people did stand up and say, oh, I feel so much better now. When the
Oh,
meeting was over, and I'm like, I can't tell you, but I want to tell you
that's
because,
proof positive right there.
but it was so, I mean, it was a very productive meeting, but that just shows how you can work energy, you can work healing into your everyday life. And I know you do it in your
Yep.
job.
Yep. Every time the kiddos are playing in the sensory bin in the water,
Mhm.
if they're playing in a kiddie pool, if they're playing with the hose water, all
The
of the
dang
things,
sprinkler.
right? All of the things. Every time I get the opportunity to program or imprint that water with joy, love, and safety, I do.
Mhm. We just did a little house cleansing, and I don't know. I mean, we've done quite a few. We've done our own houses, and we always make sure we get the pipes and the drains, and because we know that water is a conscious conduit, and that it is so very important. But I was down in the basement, and I'm like, water heater, ding dong.
So smart of you.
It really is. If you could take away anything from all of the words that we tell you, I would like it to be that energy, healing, loving, being just a smidge higher vibrational is so subtle. Energy is so subtle.
And practical, and can be like what you talked about what you did today is it you did it, and you've been practicing, we've been doing this work for like
Mhm.
let's say hardcore 5 years. It's been
Yes.
7 years, but as far as this
7 years.
sort, I know this sort of practice has been
5 years of our cellular memory clearing.
right.
Yeah.
So it just came second nature to you at this point,
Mhm.
and you didn't even think about it, you just did it.
After I did it, I was like, oh, what did I
And that's what, like, ideally, or that's what oneness says a fifth dimensional human is like. It just happens. You don't
Mhm.
think about it. It just innately happens. You just innately touch the water, and the healing and intention goes into the water because that's who you are vibrationally.
Yeah.
But right now, because we're so slowed down, in this physical dimension, we have to think and
Mhm.
cognitively choose
We are slowed down.
to free will choose to intend to imprint the water. And it's so slow, the steps we take, and the language is so convoluted and slow.
Yes.
Like
And
I can,
limiting.
yes, we can send, you can send a message to someone, like when spirit is giving me a message, it comes and it's done in,
Boom.
yeah,
Yeah.
a second. And you can see, hear, feel all of those
Smell.
things in a second, what it might take me 10 minutes to articulate to you.
Mhm.
And then this, and then this, and then this. So this is a similar, to me, it's a similar story where you just did the water, it just happened, and then afterwards you realize what you had done.
Yeah.
So this work fits into life, it becomes a habit,
No matter where you're at.
and it pays it forward, and it takes care of everyone.
And that's really like the ultimate goal.
Right.
Just to for everybody to feel loved and taken care of and safe. I never want to cultivate an environment that does not hold space for everybody and everybody's needs and meet everybody where they're at.
You little overachiever.
You do the same thing.
So let's talk about traveling.
Oh,
Let's
yes.
talk about water on the go.
All right, you're
So
good at this. You are a world traveler, girl.
I enjoy very much giving energy to the bodies of water.
Mhm.
If you're camping, if you're driving, if you're fishing, if you're like
Oh.
anything that you're doing that is around water, ponds, even rivers, lakes, all of the backwater. Anytime there's a collective of water, I do my very best to pay attention and to give back to the water. Uh, Water's always cleansing for us, and it has innate properties of cleansing and replenishing, but we have special medicine too that we can give to nature.
Yeah, we do, baby.
Rather than just take all the
Mhm.
time. It's a good thing to give back. And it's slow at first because you're breaking down, like any learning anything new is you're breaking down each individual step. But as you begin to practice it in your daily life, it gets faster and it costs nothing.
Mm.
That's the other part of everything that oneness has taught us costs nothing.
We love a faux free sale.
We do like free. I do like free stuff. God, higher power, source, great I am, whatever you
Mhm.
call it, knows your heart, knows your intentions. And if you're intending to clear water, if it whether it's in a water bottle or a lake or an ocean, spirit knows.
It'll happen.
Yeah. And I think that also it feels what I paused for was because when I get to talking about the ocean, which we have channeled about multiple times because there's a lot to know,
Mm.
but you think of it as this huge, massive body of water and massive bodies of water that are cleansing. And I feel so small
Oh,
when it comes to the ocean. However, I know that again, free will is a huge piece of what we can give to nature and animals around us. And so I do my little part,
mhm.
and whatever I can do for the amount of time that I'm there, I